they spent $1 million for Rodeo Way, I think in Bel Air, in California, Hollywood, just to improve the roads. Well, that's the richest part of the United States. They got $1 million grant from your government. Spend that money. What am I going to do with the money? The roads are fine. Who cares? Just spend, break the road, and make it again. Just care about stupidity. Where there's children in Africa and Somalia who are dying without food and water, and you can't even get in there. And you can't. If you try, you have to bribe your way in. Again, satisfy the rich, and then you get the poor, and they're dead by the time you get there. First, all the money's gone, and then you build a well, and it's too late. Well, we have to try anyway. You try from the outskirts of Kenya, and you try to build, and you try to do good. Okay, can knowledge take the place of faith now? Knowledge cannot take the place of faith because one is, as I told you, the light, and the other is the love of the engine that makes you move. Faith elevates our desires in addition to helping and realizing the aims and objectives of life. Besides that, it's our tools. Both of them are tools to get nearer to Allah. Some people say, well, isn't knowledge a means then? Yes. Your knowledge is a means. What is your goal in life? Carl, what's your goal in life? This is Mullah Sadr talks about this. It's a little deep. He said, knowledge is your means, and then what's your final goal? To reach Allah, to get to know Allah, to be one with Allah. Right? To get to be knowledgeable and near to Allah, so you know Him. So knowledge is your means and your goal, so you need both. You ever look at those people when they pray, the Arabs? Oh Allah, I just want to know you. When the Prophet reached the highest level, even past Jibreel, he just got to know Allah even more than us. Yes, He's finite, He's a creation. But so the goal is also, the means to get there. They're just different levels. So it's like you started your engine, your car, you're moving now in this direction toward God. And you need both. The religious faith is important that it guides you and it converts a man to become a true believer. It can suppress the selfishness of humanity. That's what faith does to us. So I look at, say, American Europe who have no faith. Their selfishness and their greediness is killing them, and it's destroying the economy. And it's destroying the world because it's all capitalism. Me, myself, and I don't care about the world. But we need to start thinking past that. Because religious tendencies impel man. This is the importance of religion. It impels man to think of other than himself. Selfishness, if you're only about yourself, forget about faith. When you think of an idealistic idea, it's just a fantasy. I'm going to give my money to the children of Africa? Forget them. Why should I throw away my money? That's how people think. Because they're not thinking about Allah, or Allah's benefits towards us. So it's all material. So another psychologist named William James, he said the outcome, what he was saying is religious faith is a sort of friendly relationship between man and the world. And the words are sort of harmony between man and the universal ideas. But selfishness, if you think only about yourself, it's so tragic. It's so egotistical. It's just going to destroy. And any idea of an ideal world is just a fantasy. You're never going to implement it because it's going against who you really want. And there's another psychologist whose name is Eric Fromm. And this is funny because you look at most of these European guys, aren't they atheists? Or don't they believe in nothing? Look what he says. He said that we are in need of praising something. We are in need of it. And I started by saying, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen in the beginning, right? This man is saying, our souls, our bodies, we are in need of it so badly. We need to adore something. We need to love something greater than us. And all these guys are psychologists and philosophers, and they're telling us, and they're not even Muslim, they're saying there's a need in us. And Allah's telling you, praise Him. But when you satisfy that desire of your soul that you're praising Him, now you've reached a higher level of your existence. Because now you don't care about yourself anymore. It's not about praising myself. You're praising something greater than you who made you. That we can't even understand Him. Because we're so finite and so infinite. Then, actually, he continued. And he started talking about Everybody has a religion. And the only way you can really figure that out is you need to start contemplating and figuring that, thinking and using your knowledge and get your faith inspired. And so man is in need of an ideal and faith, by his intrinsic seek something which he can praise. The only way to open this thing up for us is religious faith. You think an atheist has that? What does he praise? Himself. Maybe his mama. But that's it. What do we praise? Something who made his mother and himself. The one who's the most infinite, the greatest, who's given us this ability to think. Look, I'm trying for us to start thinking in a higher level. It's sometimes boring to think more than just what's around us. But let's start going up a level. And let's start thinking about the greatness of this world, universe. Let's look what the Quran says. The sister was reading something very beautiful. Surah Rum. She said, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. فَأَقِمْ وَجْهَكَ لِلدِّينِ حَنِيفًا فِطْرَةَ اللَّهِ الَّتِي فَطَرَ النَّاسِ عَلَيْهَا. That was the first ayah she read. Surah Rum, verse 30. Be devoted to the upright religion. That is the nature in which Allah has created man. Allah is telling us He's put it in our nature to go toward Him, to the greatest of religions. Forget this. Look at this example I told you about Christian faith. How incorrect their philosophy and thinking was. Look, they're my brothers and sisters, and you're all of ours. And we need to help each other. Now, even some of the Muslims are extremists and lost. We need to have a clear road. We don't want to be in all these potholes and falling in the wrong direction. We want to see the truth, the right, and that's only with Inna Dina Inna Allahi al-Islam. Show the religion of God is submission to Him. And that's what Islam has taught us. Another ayat of Quran, chapter 3, verse 83. Do not seek anything other than the religion of Allah. أَفَغَيْرَ دِينَ اللَّهِ يَبْغُونَ وَلَهُ أَسْلَامَ مِنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. But to Him who submits everything that's in the heavens and the earth. So everything in the heavens and earth submits to God. Even the rocks, the pebbles, and the birds. So Allah is telling us, come to me. Praise me. Find me. Why are we blind? Wake up, He's saying. Now, some of us say, look, I'm wasting my time. Religion is a burden. It makes me waste my time coming to masjid. I have to go pray 5 times a day. I need to, help others, and I need to help clean. I need to care. I need to take time off for myself to sacrifice for others. Why? Why should I do that? Why do I need to go to masjid and recite Quran and gain knowledge and help and care? Why? Why should I worry about someone else? What's the use? A lot of us think like that, especially when we come to the Western world. We broke away from egalitarian thinking of social thinking, and now we're thinking more, like selfishness. So look what the effects of faith are. 1, faith is a thing, and this is a Russian writer who said this. His name is Tolstoy. He said, faith is a thing in which people live. It inspires them to live. They want to live. Because if your life is only purely material and you don't have it, what are you going to do? What's happening to the world? People come back from Iraq, everybody's committing suicide. Go to Europe. Go to the richest countries in Europe. As I told you, Switzerland, Finland, Norway. The highest rates of Switzerland, the highest rates of suicide on earth are in the richest countries of the world. People don't care anymore. This material is not helping me. I'm sad, I'm depressed. What does religion do for you? It gives you mental satisfaction. Man by nature seeks success with the very idea of achieving the light of the heart. Religion does that. Now when you put effort, you feel like, okay, it's going to be counted. There is someone greater than me watching me. I need to be pleasing to my Lord. You're sad, even when you're struggling with the suffering of, say, Palestine today. You have faith. You say, you know what? I know they're suffering, but I have hope. And that hope is Allah. Imam Jaffer alayhi salam was meeting an atheist. And the atheist is saying, I don't believe in God. And he says, are you a fisherman? He says, yes. Maybe you smell like fish, but okay. Yes. How did he know that? He says, well, were you ever on a ship and were you ever drowning and you ever, and scared? He said, yes. And he said, what happened? Why did you still try? He said, I had hope.